गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम। जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। हरि ओम सुप्रभातम। We will chant. रावनुरथी बिरथ रघुबीरा देखि विभीषण भयउ अधीरा। अधिक प्रीति मन भासंदेहा बंदी चरण कह सहित सनेहा। नाथ नरथ नहीं तन पद त्राना केहि विधि जितब वीर बलवाना। सुनहु सखा कह कृपा निधाना जेहि जय होई सो स्यंदन आना। सौरज धीरज तेहि रथ चाका सत्यशील दृढ़ ध्वजा पताका। बल विवेक दम परहित घोरे क्षमा कृपा समतार जुजोरे। ईस भजनु सारथी सुजाना बिरति चर्म संतोष कृपाना। दान पर सुबुद्धि शक्ति प्रचंडा बर विज्ञान कठिन को दंडा। अमल अचल मन त्रोन समाना समजम नियम सिली मुख नाना। कवच अभेद विप्रगुर पूजा एहि सम विजय उपायन दूजा। सखा धर्ममय असरथ जाके जीतन कहन कहतु कतहु रिपुता के। महा अजय संसार रिपु जीति सकई सो वीर। जाके असरत होई दृढ़ सुनहु सखा मति धीर। सुनि प्रभु बचन विभीषण हर्षि गए पद कंज। एहि समोहि उपदेसहु राम कृपा सुख पुंज सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। The wheels, the flags, the horses, reins have been described. Now, Bhagavan proceeds further in telling us who is the charioteer. Chariot is one thing, but the one who drives the chariot is very, very important. As we saw earlier, Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself took the reins for Arjuna. And the difference between Sri Krishna being the charioteer for Arjuna and Shalya being the charioteer for Karna. Here, the importance of charioteer is so beautifully defined. ईस भजनु सारथी सुजाना. Who is a Sarathi? Sujana. Who is the one? The one who is well informed. In another way, an intelligent charioteer. And then Bhagavan says, the quality which he must possess is Isa Bhajanu, devotion to Bhagavan. One may wonder, Swamiji, it is not matching. Why is it not matching? Devotion is something different. Intelligence is something different. Devotion belongs to the mind and heart. Intelligence belongs to intellect. Where is the matching? It doesn't match. This is because we have not understood properly anything. Mind, heart, and intelligence. Now see. As long as we possess and exercise and depend upon, attached to our ego, the mind plays a vital role in running behind anything and everything other than Bhagavan. Think. The ego in us is always wanting to present itself as something good, better, excellent, etc., etc. And more often than not, it starts justifying also. And where is the mind now? The mind has been driven far away from the Bhagavan. Because of what? Ego. And what do we do in devotion? In devotion, the very activity is to surrender the ego. Ahankara vimudhatma karta aham iti manyate, says Bhagavad Gita. Vimudhatma, visheshena mudhatma, post-graduation, PhD in mudhatma. Think. Says, I am doing. Think. This is the quality of the ego. And mind revels in that thought. I am this and this, I am that and that, I do these things, I do those things, this is what is going to be good, and therefore people have to praise me, people have to recognize me, blah blah blah. Think. This is the quality of the mind. What is the quality of the heart? It is not this pumping organ which we talk. Of course, you are very well aware about it. The quality of the heart is to hold that which we love, to enjoy the presence of the thoughts of those which we love, think or being. In case we are intelligent enough to hold Bhagavan in our heart and protect the thoughts of Bhagavan. What do I mean by protect the thoughts of Bhagavan? Where my mind does not get dissipated in going and thinking all about the world, but it is holding Bhagavan and constantly taking Ramanama Japa or your Ishta Devata Japa. We all remember that story of the genie, is it not? That genie says, you give me constantly work, otherwise 1 minute if you don't give me work, I will eat you. So the student who had taken that mantra from the guru constantly keeps asking the genie, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. He thinks genie takes a lot of time. Genie gives immediately, damar, it comes. Then he doesn't know what to ask. Then he runs to the guru. The guru says, genie, fix a pole. The genie fixes the pole. He says, whenever I want the work to be done, I will call you, do the work. And whenever I don't have a work for you, your work is go up and down in the pole. Whenever I want, I will call you. Till then, go up and down in the pole. That is your job. I have given you a job now. Go. What is it going up and down on the pole? Is Nama Japa. Is thoughts of Bhagavan. So when I thus hold Bhagavan in my heart and I surrender my ego at the feet of Bhagavan, akartaham, abhoktaham. I am neither the doer nor the enjoyer. When I thus surrender my ego at the feet of the Lord, there is no I in me. When there is no I in me, Bhagavan takes over. Now tell me, when the charioteer surrenders at the feet of the Bhagavan in devotion, who is the charioteer now? Bhagavan. Think. When Bhagavan takes the reins of our life, rest assured, he will take us properly. We might go astray. Our driving of the horses, if it is not proper, if I don't hold my reins properly, horses will go astray. I will be thrown out. Bala, Buddhi, Viveka, Dama, Parahita, all belong to the ego personality. All of them are done for purification of mind. But they have to be held with Kshama, Kripa and Samata. If these are not held properly, then we are thrown away. Therefore, the intelligent charioteer is one who surrenders at the feet of the Lord and says, Bhagavan, I am nothing. Anyatha sharanam nasti, tvameva sharanam mama. Tasmat karunya bhavena. Why karunya bhavena is required? Because I am such a person who has done so many errors, so many mistakes, so many foolish activities, so much of unintelligent things. I probably in count might deserve a big punishment and things like that. But Bhagavan, now I have surrendered to you. Anyatha sharanam nasti, tvameva sharanam mama. When I surrender, Bhagavan takes over. Such a charioteer who surrenders to the master, who surrenders to the Bhagavan, who surrenders his ego at his feet, is then taken over by Bhagavan. Therefore, what is he called? He is called as Sujana, intelligent Sarathi. Then, Birati Charma. in the war, the warrior holds charma. Charma means it is not skin. Here, charma means that shield which he holds in his hand to protect himself from all the arrows and spears that comes to hit him. He protects himself from them. The shield is a very hard metal. It will not allow any of the arrows or spear to come and hit him. Now look at that. What is that shield? Bhagavan says, Birati. Birati means Vairagyam. Viraga. In Awadhi Bhasha is called Birati. Birati Charma. I hold the shield of Vairagyam. And anyone who holds the shield of Vairagyam can never be hit. And what is it that it is protecting me from? From all the arrows and spears of Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Every minute, every second they come and attack us. Think. More often, we don't even recognize or realize it has already injured us. We suffer from that injury. Of what? Of Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Tell me who is not affected. Think. Therefore, Bhagavan says, protect yourself with the shield of what? Vairagyam. Now look at that. Kama is a basic culprit. Kama leads to Krodha. Caused by what? Moha. Mada, Ahankara, Matsarya. All these are expressions of that basic flaw, Kama, desire. So Bhagavan says, you protect yourself from that, you are safe. Sometimes, yes, while protecting something, a few injuries might happen, but you are protected. Injuries can be cured. Think. Birati Charma Santosha Kripana. Kripan is a word used for a sword. Santosha, what is a sword? Santosha, again it looks very interesting. Santosha is joy. Why should be there a sword there? Sword brings pain, sorrow. He says, the sword is to again cut asunder all those which will give you sorrow. Think. What are the sorrow? And now look at both together. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. All of them are cause for sorrow. They by themselves are not sorrow, they are the cause for sorrow. So as and when I am being hit, I am being attacked by all of them, I take that sword of what? Santosha. Now what is the cause for dukkham? Kama, desire, brings such desperate moments when I don't get the object of my desire, I am pushed into the field of sorrow. And when I am unable to gain that desired object, the same Kama expresses itself as Krodha. Remember the shloka. All of us remember Bhagavad Gita shloka, very popular. But we only remember the shloka. We even know the shloka, but we keep it as a shloka in the book. Is it not? Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho bhidayate क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः, सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमः, स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः, बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. Where did it start? ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः प्रणश्यति. Now tell me, where is the mind? Think. In fact, while we are thinking where is the mind, mind escapes. Is it not? Think. I am here to objectify my mind, look at it from a distance and say, where are you? I am asking the mind. By the time I have finished asking, my mind has slipped through the fingers and gone. Is it not? From the moment I wake up in the morning until the moment I fall asleep, I don't go to sleep. Please. It's a false English, actually speaking. We never go to sleep. We cannot go to sleep. We have to fall asleep. Is it not? If I want to make a note of the time that I sleep, and I keep a pad and a pen, and then a big clock also, and then I keep watching the clock. When will I sleep? When will I sleep? I want to know. When will I sleep? I want to know. I will never be able to sleep. Isn't it? I must forget the world. I must forget myself. I must forget this identity with the body, with the mind, everything, and then I go to sleep. It happens very well in the classroom. Think. Is it not? We forget everything, and the quietude of the class also is so conducive, and then we go to sleep. When we go to sleep, are we actually aware? If you think, you come and sit in the classroom, you probably go and wash your face also and then come and sit in the classroom with eyes wide. And some people have got to, they in front of them, they open their eyes also. Why? They have to keep away. Today, Swamiji, I am not going to sleep. And then keep watching. Then they sit straight also like this in front. And then slowly they see. The moment they see others, all are very intent. Everybody is like that. Slowly the back goes down. Slowly goes down. You don't even know that the eyes are trying to close. Because the fact is, when I am attending the class, slowly the mind escapes. When the mind escapes, even that person who is speaking in the class, that noise also doesn't disturb. My mind is not there. How can it disturb? When thus that is also not there, naturally, slowly mind goes to sleep. Think. This falling asleep happens only when I am tired of the waking world. So morning when I get up, until the time I fall asleep, where is the mind? Think. Mind has got, and mind is a very, such a, excellent faculty. It can divide itself into multiple layers and go to multiple places. You don't know where all it is actually. Then Swamiji, please teach me something. Then we say, okay, do some Nama Japa. We sit down and do some Nama Japa. Where you start with the Nama Japa, Arambha Shuraha. And slowly, even the mala falls down, you don't understand. You start. Think. Or mind has gone somewhere. Even when the mind goes somewhere out of the region, the movement of the mala stops. Even then we recognize mala falls. Many times we don't recognize. Think. This is our condition. Therefore, to hold on to the mind itself is a very big sadhana. And channelizing the mind in a particular field of activity is another big task. It is like, the example might sound funny, but this is what we are doing actually. I take a train in Mysuru to go to Delhi. I have purchased a ticket for me to go to Delhi. So I get into the room with all my luggage well placed. And then the train starts. Then Mandya comes, oh, sugar town. Then Channapatna comes, oh, toys. Like that we go. Bengaluru comes, oh, Bengaluru. And then you see in the railway station, you are sitting in the train, in the railway station, one of your friend with family is going, you are there. You got down from the train. And then you go start talking to them. Hey, how are you? Long time I have seen you. Oh, you got married also. So nice, wonderful. Train is gone. Where are you? Platform. Think. Then, oh, your Rama, train gone, my luggage gone, everything. Then you go to railways, to the station master, purchase another ticket to the next train. Train started. It goes up to Hubli. Hubli, you see somebody. Get down. Train gone. This is how we are missing the train of our sadhana towards our goal. These are all what? Distractions. And where do we actually go? If you analyze the fact, where am I actually getting distracted, you will find all our distractions are from thinking about our objects of desires. Think. Dhyayataha vishayan. And what is my desire there? Sangaha. I want to get associated. Sangasteshu upajayate. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Having got associated, then I want to be well knit, well connected. I want to, then what happens? I want it. Like your window shopping. Window shopping, you go in the street because you didn't know, you are so restless at home, you didn't know what to do. So, chalo, we'll go for a window shopping. You went. There you saw one beautiful kurta. Oh, that's so nice. How will it be? You went for window shopping. How will it be if it is on me? And then you imagine yourself with that kurta, you might even dash in front of a person who is walking across. Think. And then the night you think, oh, it will be so nice if I have that kurta. That is so beautiful. I will look so elegant. People will, I can send photos on WhatsApp. I can put it on my DP and then people will send likes. In Facebook, I can put lot of likes will come, lot of comments will come. I go on watching. Think. Sangat, you were peaceful at home before window shopping. You went for window shopping, you lost your sleep. Why? Kurta, japa. Rama, Krishna will not come. Kurta will come. Think. And next day morning you fight with your father or husband or anybody, and then you want to go, and then when you go, somebody has purchased. Think. Then you are angry on yourself first. Why? Because that time itself I should have purchased. Then I would have got it. I did not get it. You never took me. Everything starts. Kamat krodha. Krodhat sammoha. Think. All the delusion, everything. Now if I go on saying now everything, all of you have heard this sloka 123 times from 164 people. Think. Finally what happens? Buddhinashat pranashyati. Where did it all start from? Vishayan dhyayataha. Therefore, what Ramchandraji says here is Santosha Kripana. With the Kripan of Santosha, cut asunder the desire for acquiring, possessing, enjoying, embracing indulging in the world of objects, so that the moment I cut asunder with the sword of Santosha, they are in pieces, I remain firm. And what is it that I am holding? Santosha. What is Santosha? Sense of contentment. This is a very, very, very important value. Unless and until the sense of contentment comes in my heart, I will never be happy. Isn't it true? Where is the source of all desires? Source of all desires are from a sense of incompleteness. Acharya Shankara says, Kshudvyadhischa chikitsetam pratidinam bhikshaushadham bhujyatam swadvannam natuyacchetam vidhivashat praptena santushyatam. Eating, ಆಚಾರವಿಲ್ಲದ ನಾಲಿಗೆ, 1.5 inch boneless tongue. The amount of catastrophe that it creates in our life. Think. 1.5 inch boneless tongue. From morning to morning, it want to go on eating. Madhyaratri, by mistake you woke up from the bed and then you had to go to the washroom and come. In between there is something, some dabba seen in front of you. You want to pick something and then go to sleep. Think. A sense of incompleteness, me, is that which drives me from me all over the world. Adu beku, idu beku, mattondu, punandu. In Kannada they say, I want. How much? There are people who go on hoarding things. And anything that is lost, they are crushed. Think. Therefore, this ability to remain contented, Kshud vyadhischa chikitsetam. What a beautiful statement. A Veda in itself. Kshud, hunger, is to be looked at as a vyadhi. What is vyadhi? Disease. What is a disease? That which brings dis-ease. Hunger brings me dis-ease for some period of time until I eat my food. Therefore, chikitsetam, treat the disease called hunger through palatable, edible food. And how much? You cannot go on eating. Let us suppose you have some headache or something, you go to the doctor prescribes 3 days Imol, painkiller, Imol 001 and then 3 circle. Meaning what? Night time, don't take in the morning, afternoon, night time you take 1 and then for 3 days you take, you will be fine. You go and pick up Imol, 3 Imols and come and then say, if I eat 3 Imols, my headache will go. Why should I wait for 3 days and eat all the 3 at a time? Then what will happen? Think. That is why Chikitsetam, it has got a proper dosage to be taken. Similarly, food has to be taken in proper dosage. Don't go on eating. Papa, Vaishwanara, Agni at the stomach has to go on working non-stop. No weekend holiday. No celebration. And weekend and celebration comes, for him it is terrible. He has to work double duty. Think. This mentality, this psychology of I want more comes from the sense of incompleteness. How do I counter this enemy called incompleteness? How do I face this challenge of incompleteness? How do I remove that particular challenge in front of me? Is through bringing that attitude of completeness, bringing in the attitude of contentment, bringing in the attitude of santosha. Santosha comes only when I am contented. Kripa. Think. And how do I protect myself from the challenge? Birati charma. I hold the shield from all the kama krodhadi shadvairana, and then I have the sword of santosha and tell them, I have the sword of santosha. Come anywhere near. Dare come in. This is how an intelligent being must be. Think. Santosha kripana. Dana parasu. Parasu means parashu. Axe. What is the axe here? Bhagavan says, Dana, charity. You know, our major, you call it vice, VIC, not WISC. Our major vice is holding, acquiring, possessing, and not let go. We have seen. If you have not seen, please go and check your own wardrobe. You can't open the wardrobe. If you open, the whole thing will fall on you. Is it not? There are people who have got hundreds of dresses, but any occasion comes, they feel, oh, I don't have a nice dress. Hundreds of dresses, all were taken for occasions only. Maybe very few we go and purchase just like that. Many times all our dresses are purchased for occasions only. Is it not? That is why we got many occasions. Deepavali, birthday, death day, they don't take normally. Think. Then Sankramana, Ugadi, Krishnashtami, Deepa, so many occasions, go on purchasing. And wardrobe is full. Then when another occasion comes, actually problem is not that you don't have a right dress. The problem is you have so many, you don't know what to select. Think. This hoarding, this possessing, this collecting, storing, stacking, all these comes only when I have that sense of incompleteness. That santushtata is not there. Therefore Gita says, santushtaha satatam yogi. Think. This santosha, if it has to come, then what should I do? I must give. Dana parashu, cut asunder that sense of incompleteness, cut asunder that sense of hoarding, cut asunder the sense of collecting, possessing. Then why do we require an axe for that? Because so easily we won't give. Mind you, very simple. Today is Sunday. Today is Sunday, Monday. On a Sunday, you start what? Swamiji, this Sunday I am going to clean my house. I am going to throw away a lot of things. Try. So you take a big box and then keep it at the corner near the door. What is it for? I am going to collect all those things which I am going to throw away and throw in that box and remove the box out, throw the box out. So morning till afternoon, 1 o'clock, till the food time. You collect, don't go in front of people who are doing that. They might throw you also. Everything goes into that box. Clean. My wardrobe is clean. Swamiji, so much of space is available in my wardrobe to fill it again. And then you wash your hands. And then you have your food. After you have your food, slowly you go. See, I have thrown everything. You probably tell your wife. The wife, after all, they know better. They know you so well. She'll smile and keep quiet. Then you go and slowly peep into the box. Then you see one small wire which you had thrown. Then you think, last week I wanted one small wire to tie something. I could not find that. This wire might be of some use for me later. So from the box, wire is restored. Where? Yatha sthanam pratisthapayami. Like that, by evening, box is empty. Why? Everything comes back. Think. This is how the mind functions. This attitude of giving up should come, and whatever is there, sufficient. Swadhanam natu yachyatam vidhivashat praptena santushyatam. Whatever I have got, I am fine. In Kannada they say saku. Saku meaning what? Enough. Very, very, very big word. Mantra. What? Saku. Enough. How many of us have enjoyed that word? Tell me. Only while eating food. That is why probably Annadanam, Shresthadanam they say. But there's one thing beyond Vidyadanam that we'll see later. Only place where you say saku is food, because if you people eat till here, in go to marriages and other functions, you will find they can't even get up and walk properly. They walk with a heavy back. Think. And finally, when they get up and walk, they pick up something and have it, hold it in the hand to eat till the hand wash. Such is our mind. Therefore, with the acts of what? Dana, meaning what? Cut all those sense of incompleteness, cut all those sense of demand, and then give it away, let go. See, by giving, actually, we become richer. By giving, we become richer. By giving, we benefit people who are in need. Think. The world is benefited by giving. Think. Therefore, give. The more you hoard, the more you have to take care. The more you have to take care, the more your mind is busy. The more your mind is busy, the mind is tensed. The more it is tensed, you lose all your attention. Losing attention is equal to tension. Opposite of tension is attention. You have attention, there is no tension. You have tension, there is no attention. Therefore, when there is no attention, you suffer. Therefore, give it away. And most important part, Dhanam teaches detachment. Dhanam teaches Vairagyam. Dhanam teaches you to let go. Danam Parasu Buddhi Sakti Prachanda. Prachanda means missiles. Missiles meaning what? Those arrows. Astra. What is that? Buddhi Shakti. With that strong piercing arrows of your intelligence, pierce the enemies of the Shadvairinaha. Aren't we intelligent? We are intelligent, but will we fall prey for certain pleasures? And if we are not careful, they can overpower us. Therefore, don't allow them to overpower. Hit them with what? The astra of Buddhi Shakti, Viveka Shakti, discriminative power. Think. Bharavigyana Kathina Kodanda. Kodanda is that bow. Bow of what? Vijnana, with the wisdom of the bow, shoot the arrows. If I have to shoot the arrows, I must be firm. I must hold the bow very firmly. It must be strong. It must be very beautifully, that string must be beautifully tied. Not loose, not too tight. There's a beautiful book. Not too loose, not too tight, just right. Swamini Vimalananji of Coimbatore, Chenmaya Mission. Very beautiful book. It's a very small pocket book available in Chenmaya Mission. You must read it. Excellent presentation. Not too loose, not too tight, just right. Should be the bow. Of what? Vijnanam. Lesser Vijnanam will not give you the Jnanam. Over Vijnanam will increase your ego. Just right. Perfect Vijnanam, firmly held, and with the arrows, shoot all the Shadvairinaha. See? We will continue tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om